What's up?
Hi, everybody. All one of you.
My voice is almost back.
Almost.
Almost.
You're sounding better.
Sounding a little bit better. So I told you the other day, everybody is sick from MT or whatever. Me, it was mainly just my voice is gone but finally I developed a dry cough and then developed a wet cough. And so, but I felt fine. So I went to the urgent care day before yesterday, and I tested negative for everything, but then they took chest x-rays and saw haziness in there, which the fluid and stuff, gave me antibiotics. So I'm on antibiotics and cough medicine for the time I do cough, but I still feel fine. No fever, no nothing. But they did say that the flu A that's been going around is, non-symptomatic or whatever. People aren't running fevers, but then there's several from MTE that have just been knocked on their tail and for several days. But
seems like every year MTE, there's a few that gets pretty sick. I think I got it last year. I didn't realize I got it last year until Jeremy Nadeau. He's like, "You got it, you liar." It's like, I don't remember that far back. Sorry, dude.
I haven't in the last 3-4 years, whatever it is. I haven't gotten sick. Just my voice is always gone, and then it takes a week or two for all of that to, go back up. But
you got to yell at everybody you talking to them and stuff, and you talk the whole time.
Yeah.
What up, Kobe? Kobe said his whole entire house is down. Man, hope y'all get better soon, brother.
Yeah. I was talking with Stephen Hamby day before yesterday, and it hit
same way.
Yeah, his wife and I think the kids and all that too. But it's just it could have been from there. I mean, there was 6,000+ people there that were shaking hands and hugging and hanging out with. So
in flu season,
yeah. So it could be from just school and everything else. But anyway, we hope everybody gets better soon. But
got a great show tonight.
Got a great show. Before we get into it, of course, top corner up here, we are promoting our friends over at Dent Slayer. Matt and James have got tons of great stuff out. Not only the tools, new tools that they come out with, the Black Hive. I
gotta give me one of them.
A friend of ours, Paul LaPutra, had posted in our text group earlier. He had put it together. What kind of vehicle was that again?
It was a Equinox. And the fender
of it. The fenders are wide open and just not a whole lot of room. And the way he put it together for the back of that front fender right there, it just sat down in there without bolting it to anything. Didn't move. And then, like he said, he didn't have to worry about a slipping tool anymore. It was perfect for it. So it's working like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I need to get myself one too, Stephen. I've seen them and didn't grab them. It was one of them things I was running around, and there's some things I didn't miss as much as I normally do, but I missed that for sure.
I missed a lot, but I don't buy a whole lot of tools at MT because, like I was telling them, there's so many people. That's the only time they buy tools all year. They don't order. They don't do anything. They go straight to MT and buy the tools. So I'm like, I'll just wait. I'll just order it.
Right.
And buy it.
Leave it to Paul. Rob said, "You're right. Paul's pretty smart cookie.
He's a smart feller." But anyway, we got a quick video real quick we're going to play. And so check out dentslayer.com. They've got tools, training, everything there. And if you have any training videos that you want to put up, reach out to Matt or James, and they can put it up there. I'm actually thinking about doing one for Canva ads and stuff, and kind of going through that because I've made several templates for friends and stuff lately, and questions that they keep having. I think I'm going to do a training.
I think that's good because you've had a lot of people have good feedback. You've been helping out with that. So.
Oh yeah, but it's just little things after they get the templates that they don't know what they're doing,
right?
Or where they need. It's always good to go back and be able to see a video.
Josh. Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead and play this. I just realized that was Tony at the end there.
Yeah, you just realize that.
Yeah, like I'm just going with the beat, listen to that, but I realized that was
I
Tony.
still don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you do. Your stuff looks great, dude.
And another thing, go check out their podcast, the Dent Slayer podcast.
I got to catch that Keith Constantino when I ain't seen it. I ain't got to watch it, listen to it.
It was a great one. They've all been great.
Oh yeah,
but man, the Tony Shirley one was just
yeah.
Dude,
that'll make you cry.
Dude, I listened to it driving to MTE, and I'm sitting there bawling going down I-10. But
right,
no, it's great. The Keith one was great too. So they've all been great. But go check them out. DentSlayer.com for training videos and tools, or you can go to PDRtool.com, which is A1's site for the tools itself. But anyway.
This show, we're going to have this is our first ever grandfather-grandson duo. It's pretty, pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Well, I'll go ahead and let you introduce them.
This is, we're talking about tools and how great they are. This guy came out with something awesome that's going to help hail guys, shop guys, anybody that's working on roofs. The SunDial, the sunroof dropper. It looks more professional. It's more stable. So Mark and Dylan Reid, Dylan's helping Mark a lot with this. Creator of the SunDial. Let's get them on.
Go ahead and get them on here. Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, we're great. Good. We're good.
Good to be with you.
Yeah, we're glad to have y'all on here. And yeah, like Andy said, it's our first grandfather-grandson duo we've had.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, this duo on the business side was just put together this year because I started training Dylan. Was it May?
It was like April.
Yeah. April of this year for doing dents, and
awesome.
He's been working for me all year. And then I said I've kind of I've stunted his growth a little bit because I had him in the sweatshop making sundials.
There you go.
All right. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And who better to help you promote it than somebody that's younger than all of us, who's probably up with the times on social media and stuff like that can really get it out there and help you, get it out there. So
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Grandpa had a hard time logging on.
I
hate these.
Yeah. Well, let's
we got old people viewers too, Rob. I bet Rob's older than you, so he's like 110. I like to mess with Rob.
I heard somebody today saying, oh, it was Don
Kavanaugh.
He's like, oh, we train guys. We had one guy in here 67. I'm thinking, I resemble that remark, it's like, this guy is 2 days from dirt,
Yeah. And just now learning. I mean, that's what's amazing.
What's that?
He's just now learning.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, I just started a new business this year, call me crazy, but
you're not crazy.
You
brought some to the industry that we really need. So
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I had that idea, and I kind of milled over it a year or two. And then I thought, I got to do something with this, I'm not getting any younger. And so I actually bought a bunch of material for it to commit myself to it. And then
there you go.
And then it wasn't until the end of this year that it was like, we should go for it and try and get it ready for MTE. So thank God we had that goal. That really motivated us to really get her done, so
that's awesome.
That's awesome. And Andy had come up to me, I think that Friday or whatever, and he's like, oh crap, I got to go over there to Mark and get the thing of sundials. And I was like, here, buy me some while you're going, because I couldn't leave where I was. And so luckily we were both lucky to get some. And
absolutely.
But so everybody, we'll go ahead and talk about sundial now, and then we'll jump into everything else. But we've all taken sunroofs down, used ratchet straps, rope straps, whatever it is, suspend them. But what you've come up with, and you're able to take a couple bolts out, put these up there, and then you can slightly dial it down, if you want to, or at least do one side and come back to the other. And
Yeah.
amazing. And the fact that it fits in the same holes, and most of them are all the same thread pattern.
Right.
Yeah, virtually all of them are the same. And I was amazed by that because it wouldn't work if they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got one here. I was original, design was, it's just going to have that open thread and go right up into the existing nut. And then one of the first cars I was testing on had a stud instead of a nut. And that's where we developed this coupler so that it can do either studs or nuts. But they're virtually all what's called M6 thread. When you use a 10 millimeter bolt or nut, the thread on that bolt is M6. And they're all like that. European, American. Of course.
Christopher Allen's like, Allen, crap, I can't talk. I had a stroke. Christopher Allen said he just ordered him some, and
yeah,
he's gonna be referring them to the body shops too. So that's really cool. I think they'd be great for the body shops as well.
Yeah, the first couple I sold when we were just out of prototype stage, we're the body men. They're like, I have to have some of those because they're jacking with sunroofs the same way as we are. They got to do a dent that's under the sunroof. So that's a whole nother market that we haven't tapped into yet, but I'm looking forward to that. So
because I mean, even if they've just got to like paint a roof or section of it or whatever, and they don't want to take the whole sunroof out,
right?
They just got to get it down far enough to tape it all off and everything,
right?
And it's absolutely perfect for that industry, our industry, and probably several others. Say, depending on vinyl wrap companies and stuff like that, how involved did they get into it?
Somebody was saying that to me, because if they're doing it right, they're wrapping it around the sunroof edge. Now you can put the sunroof back, but I don't know if that does the job on all of them.
Yeah.
I was thinking too that people that do sunroof diagnostics might want to, instead of taking it all the way out of the car, could just drop it down and work on it and look at it.
And you got several markets for it.
Yeah. So I told Craig from Anson, I said, I don't want to sound maniacal, but I really want to change the way people do sunroofs. I would love to just walk in a shop randomly anywhere in hail season in the next couple of years and everybody have SunDials in there. And I think a lot of early adopters see that, the professionalism, like I've got a guy trained, he now has a nice high-end shop over in Colorado Springs. He ordered a bunch of sets. He goes, I don't want guys coming into my shop seeing their 7 Series with the $5,000 sunroof hanging on ropes, So I think it adds a lot to the professionalism.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, that's like my bed cap removal tool. It's something for every industry.
Yeah.
It's out there. It's something that's simple but was needed, and now it's there, and it's just going to take, like yours. I want to see it in every body shop. I want to see it in every vinyl shop, every PDR guy's hand.
Yeah, I love that. We could have used it today.
Oh, we were wishing it today.
I did order it. I just haven't got it yet. But I'm like, I need.
Yeah, they're on back order right now. The initial amount that we had, I chop it up to a beta test. You don't want to over order. But the initial amount we had, we thought was going to be a good amount to start with, and it sold out in a day and a half. And now we're waiting on a big order to get in. Now it's proven itself. So
that's
still,
go ahead.
It's still going to be several weeks for it's all final and everything's in, which sucks. But once this big order's in, there's going to be plenty of inventory to just.
I'm glad. That's a good problem to have. So
It is.
You always need that stuff when you don't have it and about to get it. That's like the SunDials.
Yeah.
The 2 days before we went down to MTE on Wednesday, the 2 days before I had a Nissan Araya or some crap. It had a pano roof in it.
Oh,
and I could have really used those for that.
Oh, yeah. John Yeager just did a pano roof with 4 SunDials. I suggest that you use 6.
6.
Weight. But it held it fine, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
but John Yeager's, I mean, it was probably a pano roof on like
Kobe said ordered.
like a little tiny car. I mean,
It was
no
yeah.
Yeah, he's such a small guy.
It was
So
a
we
Grand
know it was
Cherokee.
just like a little Tyco car or whatever. it's called.
Bruce said, "Oh, guys love simplicity." We know, Bruce. We know. Bruce is
Well,
the old guy too.
But your tool, Brendan, it's something like as long as I've been doing it, bed caps are just something you just I know I got to get that off of there, but I don't want to do it. It's so annoying.
Yep.
And so it's just so cool to have something that you're going to be able to attack it with. And
Yep.
I've had guys go, boy, I'm looking forward to doing my sunroof when my SunDials come. And I'm like, nobody else can say that they have something that makes you look forward to doing
I
sunroof.
know. So that's what I can't wait to use mine, because I'm always like using rope straps and stuff, and
you're just hoping it stays on them ratchet straps, just hanging there for its life.
Well, I know, and you're looking up and trying to find something to hang it on. What if you hang it on an airbag and then pump through? Some guys lower it down and lay it on the headliner itself, and then let that sit on the seats, and it's like
it's not good.
It's a game.
Yeah,
it is
a dangerous game. Yeah.
Well, and then trying to like lift it all back up, even like me, I'm usually by myself.
Yeah.
Trying to do all that yourself and hold it up. And sometimes you're spread out. You got feet and hands up there, and then a nut there trying to, because you don't want to bend that edge on one side. But these, the way that you've made them, you can, just take your time and slowly go up.
Yeah.
Get it as close as possible, and then you can put two nuts on one side and go to the other side. So it's not bending that other side right there. So
you guys have said that. Like I said, I wish I had this last year, because there's so many times I was alone doing it, and it's a lot easier to put up with two guys or take down with two guys.
Oh yeah.
With rope straps. But this, you can easily just move it up at your own pace. And there's a few short. Actually, I'm gonna make a little PSA video. There's a few shortcuts to getting it up and down faster that we're gonna put that out in the next couple of days.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll definitely help.
Yeah. And then we've got something in the works that's gonna make everything a lot faster. So
nice.
But I can't reveal it. But I'll reveal it on your show sometime if you want.
Yeah.
You know how big guys are. We're impatient. We want faster all the time. Faster.
I know. Nothing's fast enough. So
right.
But you got to get the SunDial out there first and let it kind of build up, and then you come back in with another product.
Yep. Yeah. It might be MTE 2026.
That'll be fine.
That'll be fine. Build anticipation.
Yeah. There you go.
When it gets closer to time, a month or two out, then that's when you start promoting your next one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll we can come back to the SunDial and stuff, but let's go ahead and get a little bit of a background on how
I want to hear this story.
How you got started. Like what were you doing before you got started into PDR, and then you got started in it to where you're at today. I know you've been in it for a while, so
long time.
We're gonna sit back and listen.
All right, Andy, I'll tell the story.
He said he's long-winded. I was like, when we was talking on the phone yesterday, I was like, "You're our favorite kind of guest. Sit back and relax. You can have at it."
So how far to go back?
All the way.
Where I was born.
Sure. Let's do it.
I was born in Kentucky, though, so I was a little bit south, but
nice.
No. So well, this will all date me, but so I graduated high school in '76.
Oh, that's 3 years before I was born.
Even created then. And I got a job cleaning cars in a auto auction, and then there was a body shop side and a cleanup side, and so then the body shop manager took a liking to me and made me his assistant, and so I started being in the body shop, and I saw these body men. I thought they were making big money. I think they were making $20K a year or something. And I said that's for me. I can work with
be rich.
big money. We're going to be rich. And so my dad had passed away, and he left me a VA benefit to go to school. So I went to tech school and got into body work. And then I did body work for, I think it was 13 years before I was working for Abra, the body shop chain. Do you know them?
Nope.
Okay, they're big up here.
Okay.
He's full of crap.
Okay. Yeah, it's like they had stores all over the U.S. They got bought out by Caliber now, I guess. But anyways, the owners saw PDR at a trade show. Like the one owner, there was three owners, and one of the owners he had owned car dealers, and he saw this demonstrated at a trade show or something. He said, "We got to get into this. This is the happening thing." And this was the very late 80s or early it was 91 when they approached me.
Gotcha.
Because they said we gotta get into this. And so their idea was to get somebody trained that thought could do it, and then this person would train all their body men. And
well, this sounds familiar.
And so I was chosen because I always like to I like to work with the metal. I like to minimize like one coat of mud, I like the metal finish. And they thought I'd be good at it. And then they chose me, and then they chose another guy that was a striper for B&K. Do you remember B&K Auto Trim?
I don't.
That's right before you turn. They used to go around, put pinstripes on cars, sell hubcaps, trunk racks. It's a whole thing that's gone now. But anyway, he knew all the dealers in town. He knew everyone.
Curb feelers. That's the curb feelers.
Curb feelers. Yeah. Chrome, anything you want, it gets going across there. Chrome rocker panels, covered rust, pretty good up here in Minnesota. So anyways, they chose him and me to go be sent to dent school in a school called Dent Magic in Lenexa, Kansas. That was like the heart of PDR, the Hail Belt and Oklahoma and Kansas were huge then.
Yeah.
And they had schools popping up. And there was only really one other guy in Minnesota doing it at that time, and that was the old German, Jürgen Holzer, who had Dent Craft, and I think Don Cavanaugh was trained by him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he wanted $50,000 to train somebody at that time. For a long time, he wouldn't trade anybody because he didn't want to let the secret out.
Yeah.
But they sent me down to Dent Magic. And those guys were characters. They boasted of having the biggest bar tab in Kansas City. And, they were also selling some tools at that time. They were some of the first to sell tools. But so me and this other guy named Warren Iverson, he's still pushing dents too. We went down there and took their training, and I took to it pretty fast because I like working with metal. And then they took me out at the second week of training, they took you out on the lots with them to do door dings and stuff. And I said right then, I am never going back in the body shop. I mean, we're out and about, we're making a ton of money. I thought that was it. And so then went back and really had the advantage that Abra, because they wanted to do well at this, they allowed us about a month just to practice and work at it. And that's why a lot of guys fail, is they'll go to the 2-week schools and then they don't have time to practice. And so we did that for a long time. And we figured if we'd shoot up, less than 50% of the dents, we were doing pretty good. And,
now, did y'all have a drill bit then, or were you using a punch to punch a hole?
No, we were doing it right. We used a drill bit.
We're doing it right.
Good.
We had no hacks. We had a drill bit.
Just the hacks were knocking holes in them and putting some in there, but we were doing it right. We had these roto-broach cutters. I mean,
awesome.
We were drill baby drill. And so we did that long time, and then Warren got us out, and Warren had a harder time with the dents at first, and so Warren would be out there telling him everything we could do, and then he'd bring the car back and go, Reid, you got to fix this. And that's how it started. But then I got to know the dealers, and so I did dealer work for a long time, and then so I was doing dealers and service and Abra body shops. So I was doing some body shop work too, and got better at it. And then, the plan was to train all these body men, and my first group was like a dozen body men, and they were all just like, oh, blank, I could have this over to paint by now. This, and that didn't work out. I think
one of his name is Nick Stark. I said one of them's name is Nick Stark.
Well, no, he came much later. That was when I left Abra later and went with another company, and I worked in Wisconsin to work off my non-compete contract in Minneapolis. Yes. And I got a little smarter and worked with Nick. I guess he's become quite a tech now.
Oh yeah,
he's something. He's on vacation. He's on vacation more than Kevin Bird now. I'm like, how are you always gone? Like, where's the money come from? You did something right with him, I guess.
The idea that I'm not slow, or I'm not just not working. I'm just always finished, kind of deal. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
So then I worked for Abra like 5 years, and that group grew. We had I think 4 of us kind of working all independent, and then a guy named Rob Bates. Do you guys know him?
I know Rob.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, when I worked for Den Wizard, he was over the hail department.
Yeah. And he came in and he became the manager of our group, and he brought some innovation. Like I was telling Andy the other day, what we had, because we were talking about game changers, right? And so in those days, everything was a game changer.
Yeah.
And Rob came in and introduced to us the game changer of nylon knockdowns. And up until that point, we were using long golf tees for knocking down our dents.
Huh.
You'd hit your fingers as much as you would hit the golf. It was painful, that's why I got such big hands. And he brought us to another level, and he kind of developed a hail team, and then and so we'd go and we'd chase sometimes, and those were good times, and I'm still friends with some of those guys that were there at that time. But then Abra got bought out. That there was 3 partners, and those guys, 1 or 2 of them bought the other one out. That was the founder, Randy McPherson. He started another company called Kara, and he wanted me to come over there and run his PDR for them. That's when I went over to Wisconsin. That's when I met Nick Stark. And so I did that for a few years, and then that company went belly up. And
what did you do to all these companies, Mark?
Yeah.
He trained them all in PDO.
They all rolled out.
Everybody got trained up and left. So,
I love it.
But so I was with them 3 years, and then when they went bankrupt, I went on my own. That was 2000, and I've been on my own ever since. So, but I've got a lot of people to be thankful to, over the years,
Absolutely.
having confidence in me to get me going, and my wife. I told Dylan this story because, he's got a girlfriend. He's not married yet, but I almost did not get into, and it's like the old baseball player, PDR has been very, very good to me. I almost didn't get into PDR because my wife, we were pretty young married, and she was afraid to let me go away on my own for 2 weeks to school, and it almost didn't happen. And
really?
Yeah, so I think of that, if I'd still be doing body work right now, maybe.
Right.
So
get to Rob Ivy's question real quick before it gets lost in the comments. He's asking, he said, you're a dinosaur as well. Do you do big smashes, or are you a hail guy?
I don't do big smashes. I always say I don't want to rob the body shop. And my motto is small dents and big money.
That's
and
it.
so smashes don't fit that. I can do them in the middle of winter, but
I did a really big semi truck.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
was-
guess I go all in, right?
Yeah, you do it.
Big dent on the big truck.
Yeah,
Big money.
It was like, it
yeah.
was huge.
It was a cab corner on a big semi, and they were begging me to do it. So I said, if you take all the guts out of it, I'll do it, and I did it.
You did.
Nice.
It came out pretty good, but so I can do it, but I don't prefer to do it. And
Right.
so, in answer to Rob's question, I prefer doing hail most of all, but I've got a half a dozen, 6 to 8 body shops that I service, and so I keep them in dings, until the hail comes, and then when hail comes, then I usually hire some guys, and I've been privileged to have some of the best guys in the country come and help me. That's where John Yeager is one of them. He came and he handled my best shop one year, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I've tried to do better listening to John. He's told us several times people to get on, like Nate McDowell, and it took us a little while to get Nate McDowell on. When we got him on, he was an awesome guest, and he's been talking about you. So you got to get him on. I was like, I got to take your advice now. Like, you hit so good on the first one, let's try it again, see what happens.
Okay.
Sometimes Jaeger can give good advice. So
yeah,
we love John to death.
he's great.
We love him.
I mean, what a guy. Like, I just told him about these, and so I said, could you help me get the word out about him? And he's all of a sudden, the way I got it set up, that my phone rings like it goes ka-ching whenever somebody orders. And
Has it went ka-ching since we've been on the show?
Right after I asked him if he'd help me, he's like, ching, 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 ching.
I love
He
it.
knows everybody, and everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's good.
I was cracking up at James Ricci. He said, Dylan looks like Mr. Beast. We all about to get $10 million. You do kind of got the Mr. Beast resemblance. He said, I like it.
So
John was one of our first guests, and the whole Yeager family has become some of our top supporters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throughout the years, and we love them all. They're great.
Brendan too, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Too well.
We know the whole family.
Yeah,
I mean,
I knew Brendan before he even got into PDR. Well, he was, John was trying to train him and stuff. So I've watched him grow up in the industry. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, he was doing the R&I for us when he was first getting into it. We were at a storm in West Virginia, and those cars were beat down, and it was such a treat because he would take those cars apart, man.
Yeah.
And just to go and just work on it, not work around anything. It was so great.
He's so fast too. Like I think he was in Georgia and at Christopher Allen's maybe that year and afterwards, and they were like, man, he had like cars there. I mean, they were ready to roll and put back together with a quickness. So
yeah. I think he was an auto mechanic.
He was.
Life, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and he's become a great tech.
Oh,
so that's what's great about it.
I'd love to have him here, but he keeps going to Christopher Allen's. I'm like, why would you go to Texas when you could be at home? But Christopher Allen keeps calling dibs on him. Like, no, this is unfair.
Chris keeps getting hit with hail, so
I know. Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get hit with hail today or tonight or this weekend.
Yes, I know Christopher. He is phenomenal. Well, actually, I wouldn't know because you keep stealing him.
Yeah.
So we we know you trained Nick, and you're training your grandson here, Dylan.
Yeah.
So Dylan, what did you so you just started, would you say April?
Yeah, last April.
So how old are you?
21.
21. Gosh, I remember those days. What'd you do? Did you go to college and just get out of college and decide to do this?
No,
or
I actually graduated late because of COVID. I just absolutely did no school during COVID. It was all online, and I didn't do any of it. So I graduated in 23.
Okay.
And then for a year, I was just working a regular job. It was USA Inflatables. And pretty much you just get a route around the Twin Cities here, and you just set up a bunch of bouncy castles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Sounds like a blast.
Oh,
pick them back up and clean them off.
Yep.
Those things are so big and heavy too. Like,
and that job was crazy. I mean, it was a lot of felons worked there, and a lot of crazy stuff happened. But anyways, later on in April, I contacted Grandpa over here, and I just said, I'm interested in learning PDR. Is there any way that you could get me started? And he said I could work with you. And so he got me training in and taught me how to do RNI. So as I was doing RNI, he was training me in, and it's working out really well.
How are you? Awesome. How are you? How's the dent repair part coming along? Are you frustrated with yourself, or you think you're getting it dialed in, or?
No, I'm getting it dialed in. Today I got to help him a lot out with a car. There's just stuff I still got to practice, like glue pull in right now. Can't do it. No, but pushing wise, I'm pretty solid.
Yeah,
so.
Good.
Meanwhile, Grandpa's like, you can't glue pull now. I could imagine in my time when we had work tabs and crappy glue.
Worm trails.
Yeah, the good old days. Mike Myers asked if you gave him if Grandpa gave you a discount on your training.
Huge discount.
Yeah.
Like I got a free quick bench today.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah, he inherited my 15, 20-year-old quick bench.
It's probably still in great shape. Like,
I inherited.
Still works.
I got a light, some tools, a shield, and all great things. You know?
Yeah. Y'all probably didn't get to walk around MTE and buy anything because you had the booth the whole time.
Yeah, the only thing I bought a Willie Quick, the things that go on those Milwaukee chest boxes.
Yeah.
I bought one of those, and so now I got something to put my tools in. I was just using like a gun case to hold all the rods and everything at first.
Yeah, that's where the quick toppers are nice.
Yeah, he's set up a nice, sweet Milwaukee setup. So
that's a good pack out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That seems to be the what most of us have now, or the pack out.
Yeah.
I've got several carts. I've got a glue pulling one. I got my one for all my rods. I've got another one for my detailing stuff. I was trying to look out there. I couldn't remember. It's I love them.
Rob asked how you like working with Grandpa.
Oh, I love it. I get the free lunch discount too.
I love it.
Where can I sign up for that?
Grandpa normally asks me, if I buy, will you fly? And yes,
fly. I'm already there.
It's a good trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's good that you taught him R&I first too, or you learned R&I first, because that always gives you something to do. There's always some tear down and stuff while you're trying to train, because that's going to be quicker to learn than the PDR portion. So at least you got that skill, and then moving into the PDR, that's smart. I love it.
Something I did with Dylan that I'm really happy about, and it's still paying off to this day, is I work with, and his dad's a great dent guy too. His dad, Daniel, that's my son.
Okay.
And, but he was actually, when Dylan was ready to go, Daniel was busy working in Florida, wasn't really working. And then my son-in-law, Justin, I've trained him too, Justin Moonen. He's a great tech too. I don't know if you guys know him.
I know that name. Yeah.
Yeah. But Dylan, so that he could kind of earn while he learned, we got him doing the RNI, and then I taught him to estimate. And
perfect.
And that, I pay him by the estimate, and of course he got paid up and down on the RNI. But the estimating enabled me, because what we had last year is I didn't have a big storm at any of my shops, but I had a lot of cars coming in. So I was able to send Dylan to go and do estimates on cars that came into shops and get that all in process, get the supplement going before I ever had to run over there. So it was huge.
Smart, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I thought of that one, but
Let me ask you this: does Dylan get you better money on an estimate than you would get yourself?
Dylan, I'm like Dylan. Okay, our rule is be aggressive, but don't get us embarrassed. And I mean, his eye is so good; he'll find just a flicker, and he gets amazing estimates. So
I feel like the non-tech side, like whoever's doing the estimate, if they're not involved with the repair, will get more money because they're not putting their head into it and their heart into it. Like, I can fix this quick. That's like Ray, the guy he started full-time PDR tech January, but he's been here for a couple of years. His estimates, he would come in and be like, I got you this. I'm like, all right, let's go. That's his Tahoe I showed y'all earlier. He got that one. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. And he's like, that is truly dented. I'm like, well, you got a point there. So
I love it.
Yeah. And being able to estimate the correct sizes too, because a lot of techs don't really understand that. Like, they're thinking, just case in point, I get so many adjusters that go out and do the initial estimate, before it gets here, and it's dime nickel size. And when it's here, the majority of them are quarter to oversized dents.
Yeah, once you get
and so I always love when the adjusters come here, and I won't have them marked up. I'll leave it outside, and I'm like, okay, you look at it and tell me what's your average size on this. And they're like, oh, it's dime. Pull it inside, put a light on it, put a line on it. I'll mark the edges, and it's that wide.
Yeah.
But there's so many techs that are actually just going to do it for the dime or nickel size, and I'm like, I'm doing it right. I'm going to get what I need to get for this, because I'm not fixing an oversized dent for the dime size price.
No.
So, but that's smart.
We don't know what dimes are here. I don't even know what that word means.
No, it's always average quarter.
Quarter, guaranteed.
Things that Dent Guy never said. That's only a dime.
Yeah.
Never. Is there a dime option?
Nope, there's not.
You're right.
Never heard of it.
The best one is I did teach Dylan to do that when there's a dent that size is questionable. Mark each side of it, with the line, and then we'll still have the circle, but then it'll show the edge of it. Yep. And we had an adjuster, and I don't know where that guy was from, but like, what's this dent here? It says 11 on there. And it was the lines on either side of it.
Oh my God. That sounds about right.
What's in between the quotes on this?
Yeah.
Wow.
What are these quotation marks?
Real quick, Matt Moore's asking, where can we find the SunDial tools?
SunDialTool.com.
My man.
SunDial Tool. Let me make a banner for that.
SunDialTool.com. Yeah.
Brandon's about to put across the ticker on the bottom. Nothing smaller than a quarter. That's right, Adam.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And actually, I run specials on there all the time. I say like we do it all the time. I've only had the website live since January 9, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, but like right now, we got the regular set that's plenty big enough for any, they come like this, plenty big enough for any car or truck. Some guys said they want to drop them longer. So we've got XL that are full 10 inches long. If it's a stud car, it'll drop it almost a foot. But I've got that package together right now, and it's on sale. And so you get two sets, basically a regular and an extra long for only $250.
Oh, there you go.
And if you know what you're doing, and I see guys go on there that don't see this, but there's promo codes on there. And so right now there was MTE, but now the promo code is HAIL. So if you use HAIL at checkout, you get another $50 off. So
sweet. Perfect. I might hear your phone start going ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yep. SunDialTool.com. Get it.
Yeah. So get yours.
Yeah. So with Dylan, get this, with you learning the R&I first, you would not believe it the percentage of PDR techs that we have in this industry that cannot do their own R&I.
Really?
There's 1% right here.
They just a lot of them don't want to, especially when it's hail chasers and that. I get it. They want either the body shops to go ahead and have it down. you know, because they're just getting, you know, they just want to push. And
or they're impatient and they're that's what Amanda calls me Wreck-It Ralph for a reason. There's a reason I'm Wreck-It Ralph. If I touch it, it's gonna break.
that would be phenomenal, like anywhere. But like I've got my own shop and I've always done, like, I'm a mechanic's son, so I've always done R&I stuff.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love it. And but like I learned a lot working with John several months ago. I went up and helped Andy for a couple of weeks, and you know, just watching Jaeger on dropping some headliners and stuff. And, you know, I learned some tips and tricks on it too. And I've even called Brendan once or twice in the past on a few little, I'm like, I know you're like the guru to R&I stuff. I mean, how do you get this little clip out right here, like on the airbag and stuff? And he's like, oh, you got to hit this and this, and it'll come right out. And ever since then, I know, you know, how to do it. But it's amazing. Yeah. So that's a great skill to learn, especially straight off the bat. So now if you know, once you get good at PDR, and if you're not anywhere near your grandpa, you go off somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I got this. I can R&I this.
Yeah, I'd much rather have a tech in the shop that can do R&I and PDR than just PDR, because we're screwed if you're in my shop. Neither one of us can do R&I, so we're going to have to figure it out.
Can you not do R&I, or do you just play dumb about R&I? Because
like I said, I'm impatient. I'm Wreck-It Ralph. Like, I can get it down, but we are doing a supplement when I get it down.
Yeah,
everything's broke.
I can do it. I don't love doing it. And I've been fortunate because I usually, you know, pretty much my whole career, I've been training somebody, and I usually apprentice them and have them ride with me like a year. And then they've always been able to do the R&I. And I very much keep it on the down low that I was a body man for 13 years. Body shop is asking, can you do this? And I'm like, no. I'll talk to Dylan.
I'm trying to train our ceramic coater on R&I too, and I was showing him one a Corolla the other day. We had to order a headliner.
That's expensive.
It was a supplement.
I'm one of those, like, I'll take the you know, all the pillars and stuff. I'll take a lot of that down.
Yeah,
you know, to get the headliner down. And I know a lot of guys that just they pull it around and they bend it back up there and somehow get away with it. Me, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to. I'd be like Andy. I'd be ordering headliners everywhere. But
my grandpa kind of made it a rule for me, because at first I just tried to kind of wedge the whole headliner out at first, and he made it a rule for me. You always take the B pillar out every time. So now I just take the B pillar out, and
it takes too much time. Taco that thing.
It doesn't, like like with me. I'm pretty quick at it. You know, I've gotten pretty quick at them. So I know, like Toyotas or Chevys or Fords, I know what sockets and everything else I'm gonna need pretty much. So go right in there, take everything, and I don't want to break anything.
Right.
The last one I just did and put all up, and everything's fine. I even wore gloves, but that doesn't mean I didn't leave, you know, little dirty handprints or something like that. And I didn't like look back up there and clean it off. And he wrote me a 5-star review, but he was like, you know, well, you know, just next time, he said there's a footprint on there. I'm like, I didn't put my feet up there. I mean, it's not even the same print as my shoe. But I'm like, I don't know how that got up there, but you're right. I should have double checked and cleaned it, but I was in a hurry to get that sucker out. But
I think I had one this summer, that Ford at Blue Line. I got in a hurry, and I was, you know, the Ford F-150 is the rear clip. It's so hard to get those little tangs out. And I was in a hurry and had really sharp tool, slipped, cut the headliner, $1,000. Yeah, no fun.
Yeah, the ones in the back there, especially the ones that kind of like slide into it.
Yeah,
those can be a pain.
My Corolla headliner was $1,200, but the customer's deductible was $1,000. So he still got his old headliner with a couple wrinkles, and he was good on his deductible. Win-win. Hey, I'm just trying to help people out here.
Oh goodness.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost over with the show. We ain't even gotten to what you guys do outside the industry.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we know you're married because you got a grandson. So how long you been married, Mark?
I've been married 42 years. 42
Awesome.
years.
How many kids?
Same wife, one time.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
I have four children, and then I've got 10 grandchildren.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
now, where's Dylan in the line of grandchildren? Like what number?
The third oldest.
Third
oldest. Okay.
Sasha, Jordan, and you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third oldest. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Is any other grandchildren taking a liking to PDR, or is it just Dylan?
Well, actually, my other grandson, he's on deck. He wants to get trained, and it's been too crazy with Dylan and the SunDial thing. So, but he's on deck. He wants to get trained too.
Awesome.
And how old is he?
So my son does it. My son-in-law does it, and then Dylan is training, and then my son-in-law's son, Jordan. He's 21 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
21. Yeah, he's 21.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's a family thing.
I tried to get my son to learn it while he's in high school. So when he go to college, he could do some on the weekends or on the side and all that. And
Yeah.
he didn't care for it. We'll see how that.
Kids are so different. Like my older boy, very book smart. He actually turned out to be a lawyer. He's a lawyer now, practicing in Arizona. But then Dylan's dad, hands on. He loves PDR. Just totally different personalities, and so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a parenting tip. Treat them all different.
Yeah.
Right.
Let them be their own. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My oldest, she's a book. She loves books. She's going to school for criminal justice. And my son, he's smart too, but he can't stand reading. Yeah. But he's hands-on kind of, but not like me. And then my youngest, she's smart, but she's like me in school. She don't care about the school, but she makes good grades. But
yeah,
she's a dancer. That's her
really?
God-given talent. She's absolutely beautiful at dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You dance, Brandon?
I don't dance. No, I don't have that gene in me. I may be from Mobile, Alabama, but I don't have that gene in me.
Yeah.
But,
so
he dances about as good as he grows hair.
I mean, I had hair when I was Dylan. Well, no, probably not. I had a little bit when I was Dylan's age, but not as much.
Yeah.
Everybody says your hair either turns gray or turns loose, and mine turned loose. And both my daughters, one's 20, one's just turned 13. Both of them have the most beautiful red hair. And I mean, Andy gave his daughter red hair, but he still has. He still retained his hair.
Not a lot of it. It's back here too.
I just gave it all to him. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
So we know you're at your church. So you're a preacher too.
Yep. I've actually been doing ministry on and off since 81.
Wow.
And so my story is, because I hit it pretty hard until I was 25. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then, but I always said, if I live till I'm 25, then I'm gonna really consider settling down. But we partied hard, and it was a whole scene. When the year I turned 25, somebody introduced. I went to a friend's wedding rehearsal, and the girl that was reading the scriptures introduced me. She said, "There's a whole group of people that don't use and don't sleep around that's our age," and I'm like, "There's no way." I didn't believe her. Yeah. She introduced me to church and to the Lord, and so that year I got converted. I met my wife. I started process for adoption for my oldest girl. And by the end of the year, I entered Bible college. So I always said I was going to settle down at 25. The year I turned 25, I was a married family man in Bible school. And
It's
so
like a light switch.
it was like a light switch, and I haven't turned back. It's been over 40 years. And so
that's awesome.
You guys know Ryan Hampton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing a big training thing, and he referred to me as the hail guy that flies home every weekend. And when I was doing a lot of hail, that's exactly what I did. I flew home every weekend so I could be with my family and congregation. And it's paid off. You know, I know a lot of guys that just hit the hail trail hard, and all they end up with is a pile of money and, ex-wives and ex-kids. And so I don't have any regrets, but I've been fortunate enough to stay home for the last few years, because we've had hail here.
Yeah. Well, it's like me. Like I traveled before I ever got into this for 8 years or whatever, managing disaster cleanup 7 days a week, 15 plus hours a day.
Wow.
Great job, but never got to see the family and stuff.
Yeah.
And, but the only time I've traveled has been twice since I've been in this industry for 10 plus years now.
Really?
And that was October, November to Andy for 3 weeks. And then in 2020, I went to Oklahoma for total of 6 weeks, but 2-3 week trips out there to work a little hailstorm, just because it got slow right after COVID and stuff. And
I had to make him come up here. He's like, I don't think I'm gonna come to your meetup. I was like, I got hail, bring your butt. Like
Andy got hit with all the hail this year. I didn't get
all of it.
But no, it's great. Like my kids, I'm a Christian. I mean, I'm not perfect. I mess up all the time. I mean, most of us, that's how we are. None of us are perfect, and we're going to mess up. But like I was pretty much forced to get baptized when I was, I don't say 12.
Yeah.
By my real father. And then I didn't know. We've got a huge, I'm not Baptist, but he was, Baptist back then, but there's a huge Baptist church down here that's so big that we've always dubbed Six Flags Over Jesus. And it's huge. And, but then I got married when I was 20. So I got married in 2000. So it's easy to keep up with our years married.
Yeah.
But it was probably 2009, and we talked and met friends that it was our church had a daycare, and that's where our kids went from the time they were babies. Yeah. So I met a lot there, and they'd come over Bible studies, stuff like that. And finally my wife's like, what? She had never been saved. She was like, I want to be baptized. I'm like, well, I'm going to do it again too. Like I want to do it, but because I know now, like, So we did. My two oldest our kids go to private school, great Christian school. Awesome. Both my oldest are in private Christian colleges. Absolutely love it because of the education that they get. And so, just waiting on the youngest, but she just turned 13. So it's the oldest ones, they decided around, I'd say 15, 16, but it's great. Yeah. I need to do better in a lot of aspects, but I
don't go to church, but I pray a lot.
Yeah.
Every morning, like, please, Lord, save me from all this. It's madness we got going on today.
Yeah. Well, I would say, even though I have a church, I always tell people it's not about church. It's about knowing Jesus and having a relationship with God. Because there's people in prison right now that are praying to God all day, right? So, so it's not about going to church, but I just see that as a place where people can learn and grow, just like
for sure
your podcast.
Thank you.
BDR Church.
BDR Church.
Yeah.
There's sometimes it gets rough around here. You notice I've been proud of myself tonight. I've not said bad words. I've said butt and shoot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm choking on water over here.
Good job.
It went down the wrong pipe there.
First time drinking water.
No, just it went down the wrong pipe, and then me already having a slight cough. It's just sorry.
You got that MTE bug? I heard you saying.
Well, it's I'm sure, but see, like I don't get sick like normal people. Like even if I had the flu, if this was the flu, and then developed into an upper respiratory, sorry, I haven't had a fever. I hadn't felt sick other than just my voice was completely gone for talking over people for 4 days, just the normal strain. So a little drainage there from it trying to recuperate and stuff. I had a little dry cough. Even Jean Vidic had come by last week, and he was like, he feels the same way, like no fever, no, nothing that's flu-like. But no, it over the weekend it developed into when I would cough, and it's usually when I lay down at night. It was a wet cough, and I'm like, I feel mucus, and what was coming up was slightly yellowish. So I decided to go to urgent care. They tested for COVID, flu, strep, all that was negative. Did the little X-ray, and she was like, well, see a little bit, so we're going to put you on antibiotic. And of course, that's the only time I've been sick. Yesterday morning, I didn't eat breakfast, took that antibiotic, and before 9 o'clock, I'm sitting here wanting to puke my guts up, nauseous from it. And but no, it's other than that, that's all it is. Just when I do cough, you can feel it and hear it, and But
Dylan, do you go to church, watch Grandpa preach?
I go to a church called Eagle Brook. And it's kind of a mega church in Minnesota.
So you got a Six Flags Over Jesus too.
Right.
You're gonna start. Do y'all know what Six Flags is? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get the term then.
I get it.
Yeah. But on Wednesdays I go to Bible study.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's what's good about my kids and their colleges and stuff. And so they Christian college don't have fraternities and sororities. They have clubs.
Yeah.
So same type of deal. Of course, you're going to have the bad one. There's always one that's everything's off campus and stuff like that. But no, they both enjoy it. My son is just absolutely loving it. He's only 2.5 hours away, if that. My daughter's 8 hours away, or 7.5 hours away. She's in Arkansas. So I don't know if you ever heard of Harding University.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
That's where she goes.
Okay.
My son's at Faulkner University, which is in Montgomery, Alabama. It's a very small one.
Okay.
But absolutely loving it. They're doing tons. I mean, he's all in. Like, he could have played baseball there. He's actually like managing the baseball team, and he don't want to play.
Really?
So they're paying him to work that. He's doing all the intramural sports, like, for the clubs and stuff. Like, they just won the flag football, like, over it all. They won the volleyball. He's 6'6", so they put him in the front of the net up there, and he's making all these blocks and stuff. And
wow.
Just absolutely, it's amazing how your kids don't want to leave your side when they're younger. And then go, and then they don't want to come home.
Yeah. Yeah, it really changes that, they're wanting to do something with you, and then they get a little older and you're wanting to do something with them. And, so I just treasure my time with Dylan. My two oldest kids are down in Phoenix area, so I don't see them, but it's just great to have Dylan with me.
I can imagine.
Everybody's got their own lives, and I get that. If your kid is still in your basement, you're not successful.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. There's issues. I do love the fact you and Dylan get to work together every day. Grandpa, grandson. That's freaking awesome.
Great.
It's
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my pawpaw were like that.
Awesome.
I love my granddad. He stops by every once in a while, but I don't think we could work together. Yeah. We could be 100 miles an hour for 7.5 hours. I sit down for 30 minutes to eat lunch. He comes in, what, you ain't got nothing to do? It never fails. I'm like, go away. I love him dearly, but
we love it.
Yeah.
We're over the hour mark, so
Okay.
it was a great show. Yeah. Appreciate y'all coming on.
Thank you for having us. It's a privilege.
And by the way, my son's name is Reid, R-E-I-D.
Oh. His first name?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But we named him after Reid Ryan, Nolan Ryan's son.
Okay.
My wife was a huge baseball. I was big baseball. And
oh, really? Okay.
We like Nolan Ryan, but she was like, "What about Reid?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine."
Yeah, that's cool. It's a good name.
Spelled the same. It's a great name.
Yeah.
Great name.
Yeah, when you guys come out with I know you got some other stuff coming out for the SunDial. When y'all do that, make a video and send to us. We'll put it up on the podcast and stuff because I'm a huge fan. I ain't got to use mine yet, but I'm already a huge fan because it just makes sense. Like I said, I wish I'd have had it the week of MTE.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I love it.
Yeah, I hope you really enjoy it. And do you guys ever do tool reviews or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, we'll talk about something briefly, but
yeah.
Like I like to put it through its paces first before I do a tool review.
Oh yeah.
I've had stuff sent to me and all that, but I don't do a review until I've actually put it through its paces. And but
no, and that's
I've
what
done it.
Should be.
Yeah. And I've done it quite a few times here lately. Like I was one of the first ones to get Black Widow light stand, and I loved it immediately. So I was automatically going to videos. And then some of that new Sergio Co-glue that I got at MTE, I've been really happy with it. So things I'm super happy with, you will see videos about.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like sometimes you'll get like a tool or whatever, and you're wanting to use it for something, but then that particular vehicle or that particular thing you want to use it for doesn't come in for a month or two. It's like you have a lot of it. Just say your SunDial. For 3 years I got hammered with hell, and this past year I didn't. And that's why I'm hoping I do now. And then I can use it, and then first few times using it, I'll get used to it, and then be able to take video of it and all that kind of stuff. But I haven't. And I don't have anything to. I don't have a sunroof to take down right now. So
I got a RAV4 next week, so it's got sunroof.
There you
go. Be on it.
Burden's on there.
Yeah, Billy Johnson, a long time no see.
There's a good tech right there.
He is. He's funny too. Like on Facebook, I'll see his comments start down. I'm like, freaking Billy Joe.
He's a troll extraordinary.
He really is.
I love it. Yeah. We had him on not too long ago too. Y'all can go back and watch it. But another Arkansas guy. We got a lot of Arkansas friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you guys over the past couple of years have had a lot of hail down there.
Oh yeah.
I have 21, 22, 23. We got hit, hammered.
This guy.
We had a small one last year, but it hit on the other side of the bay from where I'm at. So I just kind of stayed on the phone with one of those guys, one of the companies, because he never run a hailstorm.
Yeah.
and he was writing estimates and giving it to the customers, and then wondering why he wasn't getting the jobs back. And I'm like, they're cashing out. Y'all need to change that. Work authorization direction to pays. So it was fun helping them and teaching them how to do it. But
Jaeger said hi. He only made it at the end of the show. We're over, and he makes it on like not even within the time frame. Way to go, John. God.
But it was. Thank y'all again for coming on.
Absolutely.
For having us. It's really
it.
Great opportunity to get to know you guys, and appreciate all the encouragement we've gotten with the SunDial, and you never know. Like I told Dylan, is because we had some success there at the show, and I'm like, thank God, no more sleepless nights. I had all these stupid dreams about just crickets. Everybody at every other booth except SunDial.
No, you hit it at the perfect time, and the same way with the bed cap tool. I wish we had tons of inventory right now, and Kiko and all that, but I just chop it up to a beta test run.
Yeah,
and it's sold out. What we had sold out in a day and a half, which was like a record number. And we've got tons of back orders right now, but we've got a lot coming in.
Yeah.
And once it's in, like I said, we'll be able to. There'll be no delay.
It's out there now, though. You got you got it out there, and so people know where to go and get it. So
yeah.
Well, Dylan, I'm excited to see you guys getting into the other industries too. I think that's going to be huge.
Yeah, it'll be. And the guy at my main account, there was a body man there that, all the carts you see in body shops, the red carts that they put all the parts on in the nice body shops. He designed and invented those, and he's huge in the body shop industry. And so he was a body man, and he mortgaged his house, did everything to get it going, and now he's very successful. And so I haven't talked to him yet. I've fixed a couple cars for him, but I'm going to talk to him about breaking into that industry too. So
yeah, awesome.
Heck yeah. You need to get into the vendor part of that industry.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
These, just like the PDR side, the tool company vendors for the body shop, and be able to get that out there, and you're going to explode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just takes a little time,
Dylan gonna be tired of putting them SunDials together. Like, come on, man. We're gonna hire that Dylan an assistant.
Yeah, a couple of them.
We had his girlfriend and my wife putting them together for us before we went.
Awesome.
Everybody was in the sweatshop.
Yeah,
that's great. That's a good girlfriend, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
well, cool, awesome. Well, yeah, can't wait to. Sorry I didn't get by your booth to see y'all in person at MTE, but we'll definitely make time next year to get by.
That's okay. I'm buying your food anyway.
There you go. Appreciate it. But yeah, thank y'all again for coming on. Thank y'all, everybody that watched tonight and commented. And we'll figure out who we're gonna have on next week. I know we got a list of people, but we may take a week off. I don't know. Who knows with us?
No, I think we need to run strong for a little while.
I know we'll run strong
because we'll get in the hail season and then we take time off.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna hail tonight, so
okay, cool.
Yeah,
there you go. People better get their sundials if it's gonna hail tonight.
Yep.
It's gonna hail tonight and around my area, but go to sundial.com and go ahead and get yours. And I do want to get the longer ones too, so I'll be jumping on there and making your phone go ding.
I'm gonna go steal John so he can go get more.
There you go.
People won't share them, so you should get your own.
Exactly. He can buy them. Exactly. He got hail money. He can buy them again.
Well, guys, I'm gonna put y'all in the back room while I end this, and we'll say our goodbyes here in a minute. But anyway, we'll let everybody know who we're gonna have on next week. So we'll see y'all later.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.